Fitzpatrick still says he doesn't know shit. Congress still acting like that's silly. That's kind of embarrassing for our Congress, but ignorance is what it is. You can also see my shot out to Abby, and it wasn't anything personal, but to sit there and constantly try to steer this subject back into science when we clearly don't have the science for it is insanity. We need to start developing new tools, a new philosophy of science for this whole thing. So let me ask you guys this. What crashes have you heard of that you think are hoaxes? And who was it that mentioned, oh, wait, David mentioned this. Crash retrieval, Italy. What do you guys got on that? I want to hear, raise some hands, come up here. Tell me what you guys know, and I'll tell you what I know. I guess no one. Astral,
I
Chase.
don't have anything on that specific case. I mean, I could talk to the arrow. And I think like
Go ahead.
I'm actually more of a skeptical like approach person. But I'm so open minded. I mean, me shit. But I, I think when people are going to talk about this and the initial skeptic side of this is the uh evidence and the testimony that it is given, and that if Arrow has that information, like they would still need the evidence, just like that we've just heard, and they would still, if they have the evidence and then they have access to the stuff or the more classified information and they have the ability to look at that and they're not taking action on that, I think that's where the problem is. But like I feel like they're limited, and they're taking that approach also because they can still shield themselves off in a way from this. But it does look bad, dude. The optics of it doesn't look good.
I agree.
Let's,
Let me
let's talk Aztec, Shane.
talk, ass, dude. Right, all you got to do, bro, speak of it.
Uh-oh, here
You're
we
a crash
go.
retrieval expert. You know that. Get that shit out.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And thank you too, Astral. Thank you for always being positive. That means a lot to me in this negative world. But on March the 25th, 1948, early morning hours, the state policeman saw something in distress in the sky, so he started following it. Now, he was a young state policeman. Uh, Aircraft were not the norm in New Mexico, especially in northern New Mexico. He was out of Cuba, New Mexico. And he followed it up what was known then as U.S. Highway 44. A while later, a rancher by the name of Valentin Archuleta saw something come across the San Juan River towards his ranch, and it ricocheted off a cliffside. Now, this young man was a World War II veteran, a Bataan March survivor. And airplanes were really not something that he was very much aware of either. The first one he ever saw was when they got rescued on the Philippines. And he thought what he saw was an airplane. And being the patriot that he was, he called Kirtland Airfield and reported to them that one of their fancy airplanes had just ricocheted off this sandstone cliff. Well, that wasn't the case. As the crow flies, where Hard Canyon is probably 8 miles from the cliff that this spacecraft ricocheted off of. Ironically, it's a 100-foot circular spacecraft, kind of like the one that I shared in the corner pocket a picture of. It crash landed safely, seemingly, on the top of a cliff. And there's some pieces from that craft, but there was a systematic set of rules that the military went by, including hushing up a community. And by that one phone call, it set the wheels in motion to where men were on their way to Aztec, to Heart Canyon. And ironically, there was a helicopter squadron not far across the state line in Colorado, and they were the first military people that observed this. And the people on the ground, the oil field guys that actually found this craft, saw this helicopter as it circled. It never landed. It reported back to its duty station. And
Let me
the
ask you
rest is
this.
history.